The moment Raila Odinga started calling for daily protest, 3 days a week protest, is that particular moment when he started his own downfall. That is when President William RUTO started winning against the opposition. Mind you, the people who are going for those protests are hungry people, are unemployed people who depend on earnings on the basis of hand to mouth. Can they survive for 3 days without earning and without eating? No. Can the opposition be able to finance all of those protesters for 3 days for them to get food? Absolutely no. The first of those 3 days are okay. They would come in numbers, and they actually came in numbers. The second day, some of them dropped. They went to look for food, and therefore did not participate in this protest. The third day, even more withdrew. And the biggest blunder of those protests is that the opposition leader Raila Odinga never shows up on those protests. The people, although they trust Raila Odinga, they feel abandoned and they feel betrayed. If it was 1 day a week, that would be okay, because the people have 6 days to look for food, they have 6 days to look for money. Then 1 day they come in numbers to protest, and that could shake the country, that could shake the government. But the moment it became 3 consecutive days, these people on the first day feel yes, it is okay to go for this protest, and they go with good spirit. The second day, the third day, they feel that the opposition is using them, because eventually nothing the government is doing, nothing is happening, and their protest is not bearing any fruit. They start seeing the opposition as a burden, and it becomes the conversation of the day. Why are we protesting, and how can the government solve our problem? So when the conversation changes and the people start asking themselves questions about why are we protesting and how can the government solve our problem, instead of listening to the opposition and make sense of what the opposition is saying, they now start listening to the government and start understanding why the government is doing what it is doing that is causing the cost of living to go that high. The moment they get to the point that they start understanding the government, that is when the opposition is done. And from that particular point, these protests and demonstrations will start making no sense. You're welcome.